There's got to be a better way.
Holly and Jack have been helping their parents clean the house, but when they were using the vacuum cleaner, well, it suddenly just stopped. They're now having a brainstorm about what went wrong and how they can design a brilliant new vacuum cleaner.
So, where do you think we should start?
I suppose to make something better, we need to figure out what's wrong in the first place.
Well, it's pretty easy to identify the biggest problem. The bag's too small and fill up in no time. You get more dirt and dust in a crisp packet.
Which means we have to keep stopping and starting.
And buying new bags. That's alright for the company that sells them. They make loads of money. But it's not fair for the customer, is it?
The bags for our cleaner are also so fiddly to get in.
And out. Without the dust going everywhere, it makes me dread being asked to do the cleaning. Surely not all vacuum cleaners are like this.
Why don't we go to the hardware shop on the high street and check out the different types of cleaners? You know, do a bit of consumer research.
Holly's identified a key part of the design process. Research is a very important part behind any new design, and it turns out there's a lot to research.
Here's the vacuum cleaners. Wow, there's a lot of them.
There's stubby little ones like cars which roll around on four wheels. I think cars sometimes has a mind of its own, banging into furniture and skirting boards.
And upright ones like Gran's, easy to push around, although she says they're quite hard to carry upstairs.
But then there's handheld ones, useful for stairs and cleaning out the car.
Or at the back of the cereal cupboard after you've been at the Rice Krispies.
Look, they've got some robotic ones. How cool is that? Sit back, watch the TV, and let the robot do the hard work.
One thing I've noticed, Jack.
How there's more types of vacuum cleaner than Pokemon cards.
No. How some have a bag and others don't. They collect the dust in a cylinder and you empty it into the bin when it's full.
Hang on, have you also noticed that some have a cable to power them, while others are cordless with no cable to get tied in a knot?
From their research, Holly and Jack have found that they can sort vacuum cleaners into different categories: corded or cordless, wheeled or handheld, large or small. And because every person is individual, no design is wrong. What suits one person might not suit someone else. But it's not just the shape and size of cleaners that matters. Their research also needs to consider the accessories, different heads for different surfaces, brushes to pick up pet fur, how the tubes store away.
Research is all well and good, but surely inventors should be coming up with totally new ideas, something that nobody else is doing.
Yeah, but a good idea is a good idea. If you see a good idea, whilst you don't want to copy it, you might want to adapt it. See how you could change something that already exists to be something that's even better. It's like evolution. 100 years ago, we were just beating rugs and using brushes to get the dust out.
Things have certainly changed over the centuries, and beating rugs over the washing line is a thing of the past. And as Holly says, designs often evolve rather than changing completely. Ideas can be combined and adapted to be more efficient, or a machine for one job can be put to use in a new place. And what we keep in the design is as important as what we might decide to change.
I mean, those new machines look amazing. I definitely like the idea of a bagless one. What do you think?
Well, some of those machines are very whizzy, but they look really heavy to use. I kind of like one that's easy to pull around. I reckon for us, a small machine would do the job better than a large upright cleaner. It would also be easier to store under the stairs.
So we'd keep the size, but I'd want to make sure our design has cool attachments for things like the sofa and curtains.
Hey, we could add more attachments, maybe for sucking up dirt that's wet.
Now that Holly and Jack have looked around and seen all the options that exist, they need to consider what market their vacuum cleaner will serve, who's it for, and why should they buy it?
There's got to be a better way, with support from the UK's #1 vacuum cleaner brand, Shark. Find out more at funkidslive.com/shark.